on this past week's episode of Monday Night Raw. Roman Reigns comes out with the Bloodline in tow for another town hall. Reigns makes Brooklyn wait while they make a lot of noise, mostly by Sami Zayn. After getting the Brooklyn crowd, to acknowledge him, the tribal chief talked about how he doesn't like to dwell on the past, but he is having a hard time moving beyond what happened on Friday Night Smackdown. And he puts Jey on the spot, and he asks Jey Uso if he was a fool. It seemed like he was about to rip into him, but Sami Zayn asks if he can handle it. Reigns, seemingly upset, then laughs and says Sami really is the honorary Uso. Sami says they all love Jey, but lately he hasn't been really Usy. Everybody loves Jimmy, gets a huge pop, and Solo Sikoa is tough, but he's also fun. And that's the thing, they're all fun. Jey, just loosen up, will you? Jey, of course, is fuming and demands Roman tell him if this is a joke. Are you ribbing me? Jey responds. We cut to a Matt Riddle interruption, and he knows he agreed not to challenge for the titles again as long as Roman is holding them, but how about they make an exception for Brooklyn? And Roman teases accepting, but he says, "Yeah." Riddle says okay, how about someone else in the Bloodline? Jey offers up Zayn, who at first defers, but gets upset when Riddle mocks him saying yeet. When he does it once again, Jey says Riddle's low-key disrespecting you, Sami, which gets Zayn to challenge Riddle, in a challenge that is accepted with one final yeet. So we continue on here on Monday Night Raw, cut to a backstage. Reigns and Heyman heading out of the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. Jey runs up and says they need to talk about tonight. Roman says Paul has set them up in Manhattan and they're going to do New York tonight. But Jey isn't coming because he needs to stick with Sami. And since he'll be here, Roman tells him to make sure my honorary Uso wins tonight. And we forward through to the match with Sami Zayn and Matt Riddle. Jey takes a shot at Riddle while he's on the ropes, but Sami tells him, let me handle this. During the match, we get a Sami Uso chant, which was fantastic, by the way. Then Riddle goes for an Orton-esque elevated DDT, but doesn't work, and Zayn dumps Riddle onto the floor. And Riddle lights Sami up with kicks, and Jimmy tries to get involved, but Jey won't let him. Of course, screaming, he's got this. Back in the ring, we hit a Blue Thunder Bomb countered with an RKO out of nowhere for the win. And unfortunately, the Honorarius didn't win, and Roman is not going to be happy.